embark on a harrowing journey through 30 heart-stopping bear encounters. From aggressive charges to tense bear spray showdowns and hunting mishaps, witness nature's raw power unfold. These spine-chilling moments are not for the faint of heart. Brace yourself for an adrenaline-fueled ride into the wild. Filming in an area where a lot of bears like to hang out in, this cameraman, along with his partner, risks their lives for footage every day. Due to their job, they often get into really close contact with the wild grizzly bears in the area, forcing them to be very careful when filming. Despite this, they continue to do their jobs, even though they know that they can get in trouble with the animals, like what happened here. The predator charges at one of the cameramen, forcing them to quickly retreat, holding their bear spray to prepare for the worst. When charged by a bear, stay calm, avoid eye contact, back away slowly and speak calmly. But if attacked, play dead or fight back. Fortunately for them, it was only a bluff charge, leaving them unscathed. We've all heard of bird watching, but it may surprise you when you find out that there are people who claim to be bear watchers. In this encounter, we watched two bear watchers observe two bears walking past them when all of a sudden, this happens.
Hey! You get back! Get on it!
As soon as the bears take interest in them, the man recording immediately jumps into action by threatening the animals with his voice and his bear spray. The predators, sensing danger, immediately back away as well and continue on their way after deciding that they aren't worth the trouble.
Out of here. That's fine right there. Cool.
Bears generally avoid humans, but may approach if attracted by food or feel threatened, especially if surprised or protecting cubs. After successfully driving the animals away, the man then ends the recording. The clip begins with a person recording a bear that is inside a cage, visibly frustrated and angry at its current condition. Bears can become aggressive when confined in cages, as it induces stress and frustration, potentially leading to defensive behaviors. Thinking he or she was safe from any harm, the person continues filming the irritated animal, which quickly shows its displeasure. The person is understandably thrown back, as he or she surely felt the anger from that swipe attempt, despite the cage catching the impact. Keeping a distance from bears in cages is crucial to preventing stress-induced aggression or unintentional harm to both humans and bears. This person surely learned his or her lesson that day about going near bears in cages. A bear can be seen standing in the middle of the river, being angry about not being able to catch any fish passing by it. When encountering an angry bear, stay calm, avoid eye contact, back away slowly, and speak in a calm voice or play dead if attacked. Fortunately for this person, he isn't really seen by the animal, allowing him to film this terrifying temper tantrum up close. Angry bears can be highly dangerous, as they may attack when feeling threatened, stressed, or provoked, especially if surprised or protecting their territory. We all know that it wouldn't look pretty if the bear saw the cameraman and decided to let its frustration out on that person instead. Thankfully, that wasn't the case, and everybody was unharmed in the video. A cameraman can be seen stuck hiding behind a tree after he unfortunately gets too close to a grizzly bear roaming around the forest. He tries his best to calm down and avoid running, but the animal decides to take interest in him, doing this in the process. As the bear approaches, the tension rises, leaving this poor cameraman with no other choice but to pull this trick up his sleeve. Carrying bear spray is essential, as it can deter aggressive bears and provide a non-lethal means of self-defense in bear encounters. As you can see in this video, there is no telling what could have happened if this cameraman decided not to have bear spray by his side. The predator gets stunned and frightened by the spray, running away immediately. Walking around the forest and foraging for food, a black bear gets spotted by curious tourists passing by, leading to a dangerous encounter. It's best to leave bears alone to avoid potentially provoking defensive reactions, maintaining their natural behavior and ensuring human safety. Unfortunately, one guy decides to get closer to the predator in order to get good footage of the black bear minding its own business. This stupid action by the man doesn't go unnoticed though, as he is quickly taught a lesson about respecting the boundaries of nature. This schooling is caught on camera by another person recording the encounter, giving us a show of nature's karma in action. Despite his stupidity, it is still good to know that no one was harmed during the encounter. This car can be seen driving in Hokkaido when all of a sudden they encounter a mother bear with her 2 cubs crossing the road. Stopping immediately to give the predators some space, the man is left shocked when the situation escalates out of nowhere. After seeing the animal charge at their car at full speed, the people inside the vehicle are left with no choice but to hope for the best. Nursing bears are often more aggressive, as they are protective of their cubs and may perceive humans as threats. After the bear pounced on their car, the man inside is visibly relieved after finding out that the car successfully shielded the attack. The animals then proceed to go on their way, ending this terrifying encounter. Hunting in a very dense forest, like what these hunters are doing, is extremely dangerous, as they don't know where the bears will be coming from. Despite this, they push through, and after camping for hours, they finally see their target down the hill, walking towards the ridge. As previously stated, this adds another layer of danger to the hunt, as they don't know which direction the predator will emerge from. Moments later, the animal finally shows itself beyond the ridge, but they are shocked after seeing that it isn't what they thought it was. Shooting a bear with cubs is illegal, so they are forced to stand their ground and not shoot despite this happening. The animals then proceed to leave them alone, leaving them in shock. While driving through Romania Transfăgărășan, 2 riders are forced to stop in the middle of the road after encountering this. Despite having enough space to continue driving forward, the driver decides to stop and taunt the animal, leading it to do this. After getting scared by the bluff charge, they continue driving onwards, only to make a U-turn and taunt the bears once more. Approaching bear cubs is dangerous, as it can provoke defensive reactions from their protective mother, leading to potentially life-threatening situations. It seems like not all people have the common sense to know this though, as even locals like these riders are too ignorant to leave the animals alone. After going back to taunt the animals a second time, the riders eventually leave them alone. Relaxing in an industrial vehicle while out on the road construction site, this man gets the surprise of a lifetime after something decides to investigate him.
Миша, Миша, привет! О! Миша, куда ты лезешь, дорогой?
After seeing the bear, the man decides that the best course of action for this situation is to pull out his camera and start recording.
Миша. Иди домой. Знаешь, что дорога.
When encountering a curious bear, remain calm, back away slowly, avoid sudden movements, and make noise to assert your presence without startling it. The bear continues investigating, sizing him up in the process, but still failing to scare away this man sitting safely inside his vehicle.
Иди домой.
After what felt like hours, the animal eventually gets bored of him and walks away. This next video shows a hunter getting reminded by Mother Nature that at any moment, he could easily be the one being hunted instead. Staring at the fierce predator right in its eyes, the hunter tries his best not to crumble under the pressure. He motions and tells the animal to go away, but fails as the fearless bear decides to move forward instead.
Get out of here. Get.
Seeing this, he prepares for the worst and aims his gun right at the predator, which is also met with a terrifying response from the other side.
Get. Get. Get out of here.
The hunter shows impeccable trigger discipline, despite the charging bear only stopping at the very last moment. The bear then turns around and leaves him alone after scaring the poor hunter. While hiking in the middle of a dense forest, a group of hikers encounter a bear hiding behind the trees, stopping them from moving onwards. Instead of walking away slowly from the large and aggressive animal, this group decides to record it instead, angering it even more. Recording a video while standing next to a bear is not a good idea because it can provoke the bear and endanger your safety. Hopefully, this group was able to learn their lesson from this close encounter. A group of friends driving around a rural area suddenly become witnesses to a very unusual theft attempt on the side of the road. The owner of the chopper can do nothing but to record the unusual encounter, as even other drivers are intrigued enough to slow down and record. If a bear is going through your things, stay calm, slowly back away, avoid confrontation, and leave the area to give them space. This is especially true with nursing bears because they are highly protective of their cubs and may perceive any interference as a threat. The predator, getting impatient by the minute, decides to open the bag with full force, showcasing its unbelievable strength in the process. The person videoing the encounter decides to stop recording after they drive away. While walking around a snowy forest looking for prey to hunt, two hunters hear strange noises coming from a small hole in a hill. Wanting to check it out, they decide that the best way to peek inside the hole is to use their phones to record what's inside. After pressing the record button, one of them points the phone camera inside the hole, only to see something extremely terrifying inside.
What's going on?
Bears are typically not dangerous when hibernating, as they are in a deep sleep and unlikely to wake or be disturbed. Luckily for them, the animal was hibernating, or things could have been much worse. A large group of cars can be seen being held in the street while a guy on a motorcycle approaches the heavy traffic. Swerving in between the cars, the motorist immediately stops after he realizes what the cause of the traffic jam was. When encountering a bear in the middle of the road, stop your vehicle, remain calm, and wait for the bear to move away before continuing. The predator then runs to the other side of the road, fooling the motorist into thinking it went up the hill and away from the road. The rider then proceeds to drive onward, only to find himself in a very dangerous position after judging the situation wrongly. He is able to get away, as the bear is not interested in chasing him. In the beginning of this terrifying encounter, a man can be seen recording a very large bear along with its cubs he encountered while camping.
She is a monster female. Look at her.
The giant predator can be seen staring at the man while one of its cubs decides to do something that could make things a whole lot worse. Nursing bears are more dangerous than usual because they're protective of their cubs, perceiving threats more aggressively. The guy recording this encounter tries his best to remain calm while also keeping his voice down to avoid picking a fight with the mother bear. After what felt like hours of trying to shoo the cub away, he finally succeeds, and his predicament slightly becomes better. The clip ends with the man continuing to record the very scary family. What would you do if you woke up to the sound of your dog hysterically barking at something, prompting you to investigate, only to see this? I'm sure that most of us would not be able to keep calm like him after seeing a large black bear standing on your fence. Even after seeing the terrifying predator on top of his fence, he still manages to get the courage to call his dog back to him. The bear, finally having enough of the small dog barking at it, as well as the man trying to scare it away, decides to retreat back into the forest. Hopefully this was the last time they encountered a bear on top of their fence. While riding a bike through a trail in the forest, this unsuspecting biker suddenly finds himself in a deadly situation after seeing this. Trying his best to remain calm, he regulates his breath in order to not run out of energy while pedaling as fast as he can. Unfortunately for him, nature had other plans, as he is forced to abandon his bike after a tree blocks him from going any further. Now on foot, he realizes that it is pointless to try to outrun a bear, so he hides behind a tree instead. Gunshots fired from a distance then scares the aggressive bear away from him. While riding around Transfagarasan, two bikers encounter a small group of bears hanging out on the side of the road. One of them commits the biggest mistake of feeding one of the bears, inviting another one from afar to come to him. Having no other choice and also panicking, he throws the food he is carrying away from the predators trying to approach him. Realizing their mistake and preventing any more incidents, they drive away, only for one of the animals to do this. Feeding bears is dangerous because it habituates them to human food, increasing the risk of aggressive behavior and human-bear conflicts. They were able to drive away safely in the end after learning an important lesson. Ever thought of hiking in the mountains where bear encounters are frequent? Think again after watching this terrifying encounter.
Yeah.
Hey, big boy.
The man recording the video is understandably frightened out of his mind, as evidenced by the shakiness of his voice, but he has no other choice but to let the bear pass while he stands his ground, as there is nothing he can do to stop it.
Hey, bear. Hey, bear.
When encountering a grizzly bear, it's recommended to stand your ground, avoid sudden movements, and slowly back away without turning your back. It seems like this was his lucky day, as the predator eventually leaves him alone. Interacting with bears in the wild is dangerous due to their unpredictable behavior and potential for aggression, posing significant risk to human safety. The people in this encounter seem to not know any better, though, as they can be seen taking pictures and interacting with the bears. What makes this situation even worse is that a kid can be seen with the crowd being encouraged by his parents to call the predator. Respecting boundaries with wildlife helps maintain their natural behaviors, minimizes stress, and reduces the risk of human-wildlife conflicts and potential harm. After a while, the people crowding the animal get bored and eventually go on with their day.
Dar dacă vă mușcă, știți că după aia o să apară la știri că ursul de vină. Dar dumneavoastră că v-ați apropiat de el așa, nu sunteți de vină, nu?
They were very lucky that this encounter did not end in a bad way like most encounters do. While hiking in the forests and plains of Glacier National Park, two adventurers suddenly get an unexpected surprise from Mother Nature. When hiking in bear country, bring bear spray, make noise to alert bears, keep food in bear-resistant containers, and follow local guidelines. After seeing the terrifying animal right in front of them, the two men try their best to scare it away by shouting at it and standing their ground. The bear, on the other hand, continues walking towards them, closing the distance with each second that passes. Realizing that they can't run, they are left with no other choice but to stand still and keep calm, while also preparing for the worst to come. In the end, the predators ignore them, eventually walking past the two men. After successfully tracking down a moose that they recently shot, these hunters get ready to reap their rewards, only to find themselves beaten by something else.
He's right here. Hey! Hey! Hey!
The hunters immediately make loud noises, as well as closing the distance between them and the predator in an attempt to drive it away. Unfortunately for them, it's going to take a lot more than loud noises to drive this bear away, which leaves them with no other choice but to do this. Bear spray irritates a bear's eyes and respiratory system, deterring it temporarily, allowing humans to escape potential encounters without causing permanent harm. With this in mind, it's no surprise that the predator reacted the way it did after getting a taste of the dreaded bear spray. Thankfully, it ran away immediately instead of charging at the hunters. This horrifying clip begins with two hikers walking up a trail when all of a sudden they encounter something extremely horrifying.
Back up! Back up! Hey! 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 Hey!
They immediately shout at the bear in hopes of trying to scare the bear away from approaching them. Despite this, the predator continues to approach the two hikers, leaving them no choice but to do this.
Hey! Hey! Get out of here! Hey, bear! Go!
Bear sprays are effective due to their strong pepper-based formula, which irritates a bear's eyes and respiratory system, deterring them from attacking and allowing humans to escape safely. The bear is left stunned by the spray and eventually starts retreating slowly to get away from the hikers.
Go away! Go away!
Is it a baby or a mother? It's a juvenile. Think the mother's around? No.
Thankfully, they had a bear spray at hand, or things could have ended very differently. What was supposed to be a fun hike quickly turned sour for this unsuspecting couple after they came across a terrifying force of nature.
Don't come towards us. I don't want to use my bear spray. That's a good boy.
Even after encountering this massive bear out of the blue, the couple still manages to remain calm and collected.
That's a good boy. Crap, he's huge.
They both ready their bear spray, and what follows next is something that deserves your full attention.
Keep going. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. Keep going. That's a good boy. Look at you go.
Fortunately for them, they didn't have to use their spray as the animal eventually walked away. While hiking up a mountain where grizzly bears are known to inhabit, this adventurer manages to calm himself even after coming across this.
No, hey. Go on.
The hiker can be seen holding his bear spray and 2 rocks in each hand, using it to make loud sounds in an effort to scare the bear away.
No. No.
The cautious predator realizes that this hiker isn't worth the trouble and walks away. Kayaking outdoors may be fun, but sometimes it's best to come prepared. Use this video as an example. Despite the predator being just meters away from them, they remain calm, avoiding any sudden movements. Unfortunately, the clip ends abruptly and it is unknown what happens next. After encountering a bear during what was supposed to be a quick hike, this couple manages to capture something shocking on camera. When a bear charges, stand your ground, use bear spray if available, make yourself appear larger, and back away slowly without turning your back on the bear. According to the source of the video, they were able to leave safe and sound. While driving in Transfăgărășan, Romania, this couple were unlucky enough to encounter this, chilling on the side of the road.
This is the one we want found. The window
Despite their survival instincts telling them to run away immediately, they decide that it would be a good idea to stay and record. It seems like the bear was in a good mood that day, as they didn't face any problems. This adventurer manages to capture something beautiful and terrifying while out hiking in the mountains. The following scene seems ripped straight out of a movie and is worth watching for yourself. The person then cuts off the camera after witnessing a frightening yet beautiful sight.